Hey there, welcome. Have you ever found yourself thinking about someone constantly, unable to get them out of your head? Maybe they pop up in your thoughts at the most unexpected times, and no matter how hard you try to shift your focus, you can't seem to stop thinking about them. It might feel confusing, overwhelming, or even a little frustrating. But what if I told you that there's more to it than just a random thought or passing attraction? According to Carl Jung, a famous Swiss psychologist, these recurring thoughts and fixations might actually carry deeper meanings, and they might be trying to tell you something important about yourself. Intrigued? Well, stick around, because in this video, we're going to explore how our thoughts about someone can actually be connected to deeper spiritual truths and self-discovery. When someone takes up so much space in your mind, it's not just a passing fancy. It can be an all-consuming feeling that seems almost impossible to shake. But Jung believed this was more than just a coincidence. Rather than thinking of it as a simple emotional or mental event, Jung suggested that it might actually be a subconscious sign, a nudge from your deeper self or even the universe, guiding you towards something greater. According to Jung, these feelings can be signals to explore hidden parts of your psyche or to move toward a more authentic version of yourself. He believed that our attractions, obsessions, or even struggles with certain people can reveal important insights about who we truly are. To truly understand this, we need to dig deeper into some of Jung's most interesting ideas. Ideas like projection, Anima and Animus, Platonic love, and synchronicity. These concepts help us see how the people who occupy our thoughts might be mirroring something we need to explore within ourselves. Let's start by talking about projection, one of Jung's most important ideas in psychology. Now, projection might sound like a complicated term, but it's actually pretty simple. Jung believed that we often project parts of ourselves onto others, especially parts we may not fully understand or accept yet. So, when you're drawn to someone, it's not always about them or their qualities directly. Instead, it could be that they're reflecting something back to you about your own inner world. Have you ever thought about why someone might intrigue you so much? It's often because they represent something you're either attracted to within yourself or something you've yet to fully realize. For example, maybe you're drawn to someone because they're confident and deep down, you wish you could be more like that. It might not even be that you're just admiring them. It could be that they're showing you what you need to develop in yourself. This process is called positive projection, and it's a key part of Jung's theory. When you admire someone's traits like their creativity or boldness, it could be because those qualities are aspects of yourself that you haven't fully explored yet. Perhaps you're unconsciously yearning to tap into your own potential. Jung believed that these projections happen as a way for us to interact with parts of ourselves that remain hidden or underdeveloped. So the next time you find yourself captivated by someone's traits, ask yourself, what part of myself am I seeing in them that I haven't fully embraced? But here's the thing. Projection doesn't always show us the positive qualities we wish we could embody. Sometimes, it reveals the darker, hidden sides of ourselves too. Have you ever felt a strong, almost irrational dislike for someone? Maybe you just can't stand their personality or something they do, and you can't quite figure out why. Jung would say this might be a form of negative projection. In this case, the person might be triggering something in you that you're uncomfortable with. Something in your shadow, which is a concept Jung developed to describe the parts of ourselves we repress or deny. These could be negative emotions, desires, or fears that we try to avoid acknowledging. So, when you feel strong negative emotions towards someone, it might not be about them at all. It could be a reflection of something within you that's asking to be understood or healed. This is why Jung thought that even negative feelings, like anger or frustration, could have a deeper purpose. They might not be just random reactions. They could be pointing to something in your own psyche that you need to address. For example, if someone irritates you with their arrogance, it might be worth asking, "What about this behavior triggers me?" It could lead you to a realization about your own fears, insecurities, or desires that you've been avoiding. In this way, even our negative projections can be an opportunity for growth. Jung's exploration of the human psyche is deeply enriching, particularly when we delve into his ideas of the Anima and Animus. These two archetypes represent the unconscious, inner masculine and feminine elements within each person, regardless of their physical gender. The anima embodies the feminine aspects that live within men, such as emotional depth, nurturing, intuition, and creativity, while the animus represents the masculine qualities that reside within women, strength, logic, decisiveness, and assertiveness. These archetypes are far from mere theoretical constructs. They are active, influencing forces within our unconscious that shape how we perceive ourselves and interact with the world around us. At times, these inner masculine and feminine qualities manifest in our behavior, relationships, and interactions, especially in emotionally significant or intimate contexts. When we are drawn to someone deeply, often there is more at play than simple attraction. The person we are drawn to may embody characteristics or qualities that resonate with our inner archetypes, qualities that we might not have fully embraced or integrated into our own psyche. For instance, a man might feel attracted to a woman who exudes creativity, compassion, or emotional insight, traits that resonate with the feminine side of him, his anima. On the other hand, a woman might feel an intense connection with a man who exhibits strength, clarity, or rationality, traits that echo the masculine side of her animus. These connections occur when we subconsciously project these inner qualities onto another person, seeing in them what we are either searching for or yearning to bring out within ourselves. However, Jung cautioned that this projection often leads us to misunderstand the true nature of the other person. Instead of truly seeing them for who they are, we are seeing them through the lens of the qualities we wish to develop within ourselves. Such projections, while seemingly intense and consuming, are actually invitations. They offer us the opportunity to recognize and integrate these neglected aspects of our own psyche. Instead of continually searching for another person to fulfill these unmet needs, Jung suggested that we take the time to reflect inward and actively cultivate the traits we are seeking to embody. The process of integrating the anima or animus is deeply transformative, leading to greater self-awareness, emotional balance, and wholeness. By doing this, we grow not only as individuals but also as spiritually mature beings who are less reliant on others to complete us, understanding that we must look within to cultivate the fullness of who we truly are. Moving beyond the anima and animus, Jung also explored the idea of Platonic love, a concept that transcends simple romantic or physical attraction. Platonic love is a deep, spiritual bond with another person, one in which we see them not merely as a physical being but as an embodiment of our highest ideals, values, and aspirations. This form of love elevates the other person, often viewing them as a symbol of perfection, purity, or divinity. However, Jung recognized the potential dangers in such idealization. While Platonic love can be uplifting and transcendent, it can also lead to disillusionment if we place the person on an unattainably high pedestal. When we idealize someone, we create an image of them in our minds that may not align with their true, complex nature. In such instances, we project our desires and ideals onto them, distorting who they are in favor of the fantasy we have created. This can result in disappointment or frustration when the person fails to live up to our expectations. Jung urged us to become aware of our tendency to idealize others, as this awareness provides an opportunity to reclaim the qualities we have projected. Rather than seeking perfection in the external world, we are invited to look inward and cultivate these same ideals within ourselves. By embodying the values we once placed upon others, we become more self-sufficient, spiritually grounded, and capable of achieving emotional maturity. This process also frees us from the need to seek fulfillment and happiness solely through others, encouraging us to find contentment within our own growth and self-realization. Furthermore, the experience of constantly thinking about someone, particularly in an intense and all-consuming way, can often reveal deeper insights about our inner world. It's important to recognize that these recurring thoughts are not just about the other person. They are reflections of our unconscious desires, unmet needs, and aspects of our psyche that require attention. These thoughts and fixations can act as guides, pointing us toward important self-discovery and personal growth. By examining why we are so deeply preoccupied with a particular person, we can begin to understand the underlying psychological and emotional forces at play. Are we seeking qualities in them that we wish to develop in ourselves? Are we projecting our unacknowledged desires or unresolved issues onto them? These recurring thoughts can serve as entry points into a more profound exploration of the self. One of Jung's most intriguing and mystical ideas is that of synchronicity, the notion that certain coincidences in life are not just random events, but rather meaningful connections that transcend mere chance. These synchronistic moments are glimpses into a deeper, hidden order that exists beyond the surface level of reality. Jung believed that when we experience synchronicity, it is not simply a fluke, but rather an indication that there is a meaningful connection between our inner experiences and the events unfolding in the external world. For instance, if you are thinking about someone and then unexpectedly encounter them or receive a message from them shortly after thinking about them, this is no mere coincidence. Jung would argue that these occurrences are a reflection of the interconnectedness of all things. They suggest that we are not isolated beings, but part of a larger, intricate web of existence. These synchronistic events invite us to consider the deeper meaning behind such moments, offering us insights into our personal journey or hinting at the direction we need to take in life. Jung proposed that synchronicity serves as a bridge between spirituality and psychology. It suggests that our thoughts, emotions, and desires are not confined to our minds, but extend outward into the fabric of the universe, creating connections with the world around us. By paying attention to these synchronistic moments, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of our place within the greater cosmic order. We begin to recognize that the people we encounter, the events that unfold, and the paths we choose are all part of a larger pattern, a tapestry of experiences that shape our individual journeys towards self-awareness. These moments of synchronicity act as reminders that we are not alone. We are part of a greater whole, and our thoughts and actions ripple out into the world in ways we may not fully understand. Finally, Jung's concept of individuation is the cornerstone of his psychological philosophy. Individuation is the lifelong process of integrating the conscious and unconscious aspects of the self to achieve a balanced, authentic, and whole being. This process involves acknowledging and embracing all parts of who we are, including those aspects we may find uncomfortable or undesirable. It is not merely about personal improvement or growth, but rather about discovering and becoming the person we are truly meant to be, without the masks, pretenses, or projections that often define us. In this journey, the people we constantly think about, especially those who seem to have a profound impact on our emotional or psychological life, often play pivotal roles. They reflect aspects of ourselves that we need to confront, qualities that we must develop, and unresolved issues that we must address. These individuals can serve as mirrors, showing us both our strengths and our shadows, and guiding us toward a deeper understanding of who we are. In many cases, the person we cannot stop thinking about may hold the key to our individuation process. They could represent the qualities or traits that we need to integrate into our own lives, or may point us toward unresolved emotional or psychological wounds that need healing. Through these relationships, we are invited to confront our unconscious desires, fears, and projections, and ultimately come closer to realizing our authentic selves. Jung's idea of individuation goes far beyond the concept of self-improvement. It is about becoming fully and consciously who we are, embracing every facet of ourselves, and achieving a harmonious integration of all our inner forces. In conclusion, the act of thinking about someone constantly can be seen not merely as an emotional fixation, but as a profound spiritual and psychological journey. By exploring the deeper meanings behind these thoughts, whether through the lens of Anima and Animus, Synchronicity, or Individuation, we open ourselves to a more complete understanding of ourselves and our place within the world. These experiences invite us to look within, to discover our own hidden truths, and to embark on a path of personal transformation and spiritual enlightenment. As we reflect on these profound concepts, we move closer to the realization of our true selves, embracing both our light and shadow, and achieving a greater sense of wholeness and fulfillment in life.